Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm taking you with me to law school to show you what a regular day in the life of a law student looks like. Last semester I did this during finals week, and so this semester I thought I would give you a glance at something that happens a little bit more regularly when I actually have classes to go to. So right now I'm on my way to meet up with a friend for coffee. I don't drink coffee, but we're gonna get like tea or something. And then my first class today isn't until 10:30. It's 8:45-ish right now. And so I will catch up with you guys at the coffee shop. Wash you? Where are we going? I just got to the coffee shop and I'm wondering why I'm so cold, and I did not turn my heater on the entire 10-minute drive here, so there's that. In other news, just realized that this is metered parking, which is very unfortunate. So this coffee shop is everywhere, and it's really popular for all kinds of WashU students to come here to study. Here we are. Okay, just got back from having tea with my friend Haley, and I had a great time. It was like so nice just to hang out with another Christian girl who I could talk about Jesus with without feeling weird about it. I don't know, not that I feel weird about talking about Jesus, he's great, but it's definitely different talking to somebody who asks how is your relationship with God doing than it is talking to a student and just saying, I'm so thankful to Jesus today for this and that, who doesn't get it. I don't know, I feel like I'm not explaining that well, but basically it's really nice to have some Christian friends in your life that aren't law students. Speaking of law students, time to go to class in 10 minutes. We're going to con law this morning. Great professor. Mediocre subject material, in my opinion. But yeah, that's where we're going. So see you in there.
Filming?
Yep.
Oh,
What's happening?
For my YouTube thing.
oh, nice.
I have a channel about being a law student. I'm doing a day in the life thing.
Release.
This is gonna be like a time lapse, film me going to class.
Put the noise in.
Oh, okay, I'll do it for just this conversation. Alright, so as you just saw, I'm super annoyed because my water bottle opened in my backpack, unbeknownst to me, and got all of my notebooks and books and papers and folders wet on the bottom, which is really not ideal, but I don't think anything was terribly ruined. I looked through the notebooks and the notes that I taken. I think only one bullet point is indiscernible at this point, so I guess that's pretty good, but that was not great. A guy in my class saw though and went and got me some napkins, so that was nice. Right now I am on my way to go get some lunch. Normally I pack my lunch, but the last 2 days have been pretty hectic and I haven't had time to defrost and cook a bunch of stuff. So we're on our way to go buy something from the business school because they have a good little lunch cafe, and we're gonna try to do it before it gets really busy and everyone is going there. I'm walking past a lot of people that think I'm kind of crazy for talking to myself like this, but it's fine. The law building for a halfway decent place to film and to tell you guys what's going on and show you my food, which is no longer hot, but I can't find anything, and wow, I look really disgusting and dirty in this light. Sorry about that. I promise I'm clean. Basically, con law was fine, minus all my stuff being wet, and now I'm going to go work on an assignment for my writing class that I have to turn in tomorrow. Basically, we have to work on this email memo and spend about an hour researching a topic that we don't know anything about. So I'm gonna go do that, eat my lunch, probably send out some emails that are long overdue. It's been a busy week, and then I'll have Civ Pro in about 2.5 hours. Civ Pro is civil procedure. Don't think I'm gonna have a chance to talk to you guys for a little while. This is pretty representative of what my life is though at law school, just being quiet and finding a place to work. Okay, on my way to Civ Pro, so running a little late, but we'll get there. Just got out of Civ Pro, so back to the locker to go home. That bad in here, but we're gonna not forget to do that again. So while my car warms up a little bit, I thought I would tell you guys about what I learned in Con Law and Civ Pro today, as well as what I actually ended up doing in that 2-hour break that I had over lunch. So in Con Law, we've started talking about the federal system and how state power versus government power kind of balances out according to the Constitution. We hit one of those seminal cases called McCulloch v. Maryland today, and it's quite complicated, more complicated than I thought. It has to do with the establishing of the national bank, and actually more appropriately kind of like the re-establishing of the national bank after its first charter ran out, and whether or not Maryland could tax the national bank. The court basically said no. Taxing the national bank is like putting a tax on the people all over the nation and not just in the state of Maryland. The court also interpreted the necessary and proper clause. The court said that the necessary and proper clause in the Constitution enables the federal government to basically do whatever they want that's still consistent with the Constitution, that is a means to an end of one of its enumerated or express powers. Basically, if the Constitution expressly gives a power to the federal government has the power and right to do whatever means it needs to accomplish that expressed end, which means that those means become implied powers. There's a big debate about what necessary really means, but so far the court has interpreted that pretty broadly, which has led to a central government that is allowed to do a lot of things that potentially today the court would rule actually belong to the states, as originally intended or meant, or whatever word you want to use, by the framers of the Constitution. As for civil procedure, we're talking about what gives a court jurisdiction over a specific person in a lawsuit. So there's stuff like in personam suits versus in rem suits, general jurisdiction and specific jurisdiction, a whole bunch of different standards for corporations versus individuals, but today in particular we were talking about the concepts of notice and consent. So whether somebody has given consent to be in a particular jurisdiction, either through a particular contract that they signed or by showing up for court or failing to bring a challenge to the jurisdiction first thing in the lawsuit. And then notice has to do with whether or not somebody actually knew that there was a lawsuit going on that they needed to show up for. One way that people get notice of a lawsuit is being served. Also recently, especially in federal lawsuits, there have been waivers that people can sign so that they don't actually have to go through the whole formal process of being personally served, but can just send in a waiver that yes, I was notified, I am not necessarily consenting to the jurisdiction, but I acknowledge that at least you told me about the lawsuit. Probably aren't great summaries of what we've talked about, and very rough because I have only been in these classes for 3 weeks, but it's probably good for me to try to explain them to other people to see whether or not I actually kind of understand them. As far as my in-between time, besides eating, I ended up working on my legal research homework, which involved a quiz that took way longer than expected on how you can look up legislative history and how it might help you in doing research for a particular case or client. I also helped out one of you guys with your personal statement through my service on Fiverr and sent a lot of very overdue emails. It's been a long week and normally I'm pretty quick at responding to those, but I had a couple that have been sitting there for 3 or 4 days, so thankfully got all those done. Now my car is finally warmed up, so I'm going to head back home, get some homework done, and then I have a meeting later tonight, which I will tell you about when we get there. But for now, it's 4 o'clock and it is time to leave. Alright, we are back home, and while I'm getting my stuff out of my car, maybe, there we go. So while I'm getting my stuff and getting inside, I have some comments that I would like to share about driving in St. Louis. First of all, St. Louisans, Louis people, when the light is red, that means it's not your turn to go. Also, when there's only one lane to go straight, you don't go in the bicycle lane to cut off all the people in the line to go straight. Finally, in a city that's known for all of its potholes, maybe don't put metal eyelashes on the hood of your car. Really appreciate it. Okay, so clearly we're back in my apartment, although I'm not going to show you most of it because it is truly horrendously messy right now. I have laundry everywhere and boxes that need to go to the garbage, and we're just not doing that. This is not a day for filming in the apartment. Hence the choice, oh, I totally missed a piece of that, oh well. Hence the choice to do a day in the life video this week because I didn't feel like cleaning up, basically. But what I'm going to be doing now is continue working on that legal practice memo that I mentioned earlier. I didn't really do it over lunch, but I did do other homework for tomorrow. As I said, I was productive, I just didn't do the thing I thought I was going to do. So I'm going to work on that and eat dinner. And by the time I'm done with those things, it'll probably be time for me to go to this thing called Carver Project, which is a lot of things, but what it means for me today is going to a reading group with other Christian law students. We meet up at one of the law professors' houses and to talk about the book called The Common Rule. And we've had a really good time so far. It's super nice, as I said this morning, to meet up with other Christians who like understand what my life is like here in St. Louis and everything that's going on. And just to engage in that time of fellowship with them and not have to think about school. So wish me luck in being productive over the next 3-ish hours until that starts around 7:30. But yeah, I will check in with you guys again later. Hopefully I will be telling you how productive I was and how great my food was. Yeah. All right, I think we're gonna go with a Caesar salad because I have some leftover homemade croutons, and then I've got this pasta and marinara sauce from Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's is literally saving my life right now. I was thinking about putting some veggies in here, but I don't know, does salad count as veggies? Probably. I don't know. We'll see if I feel like it. I swear I wash this thing every single day because I just really like cheese. Ta-da! I'm done. Do I look like a pro food Instagrammer with my cord and shadows and dirty fork? Wow, I look so attractive right now. But honestly, this is what I look like every day at 7:30. So y'all are getting a raw and unfiltered look into my life right now, okay? Just appreciate it because we're gonna try not to repeat it. Hey y'all, I'm back and it is 7:30. So I'm actually sad to say I'm not gonna be able to make my reading group tonight. I did read the chapter. It was all about having the discipline to turn your phone off for at least an hour a day so that you could be more present with the people around you. And I feel so lame saying this, but despite the encouragement to be present with the people around me, I don't think I honestly have the time tonight to be around more people. Because at 7:30, even if I left right now, I'd be 20 minutes late. That's a 2-hour chunk out of my evening that I thought I would be able to afford, but these assignments that I have tonight are taking much longer than initially expected, which I should be used to by now. That happens a lot in law school, and so it's something that you just have to be flexible with. But thankfully, I had the opportunity to fellowship with another one of my friends this morning, so I'm not totally a loner today, and I'll have the chance to do that again over the next 2 days as well. So I definitely have other opportunities, and for the sake of those and my grades and my teachers' impressions of me, I think we're going to have to sacrifice my meeting tonight, which is a bummer. But thankfully, next week we're all meeting together for a big dinner, like party with alumni and everything, and so that should be fine, and I'm excited about that, and I'm excited that I don't have to wait a month to go to the reading group again. But update on dinner, it was pretty good. And yeah, homework's going fine. It's not that hard, it just takes forever. Not that law school isn't hard, just this particular assignment isn't difficult. So I'm gonna keep chugging away on that. I probably will be up pretty late tonight between that and doing a little bit of cleaning and laundry because like I said, I do have people coming over the next 2 days. So that's what I'll be up to for the rest of the evening. But yeah, this has been a pretty accurate representation, I would say, of a day in my life as a law student. I'm guessing this video was pretty boring and repetitive, and welcome to my life. Yeah, I basically just do a lot of reading over and over and over again until I go to class and have another assignment of reading and have another big chunk of work and have to miss another commitment that I'd much rather do than homework. But this is honestly what it's like, and I can't complain because it's what I picked, and it's going to allow me to do what I love to do for the rest of my life. I will see you all next week with a video that is going to be way more fun than this one. I'm like really excited about it. It's going to be my first like collab in a while. I've done videos with my sister before, which you can check out here if you want. And my brother has been in some videos, my grandma's been in a video, but this is my first time that I'm going to have one of my friends from law school featured in a video with me, and we're going to be reacting to something in a new series, specifically from a law school perspective, so you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm really excited to see what you all think. But until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, that it's way more exciting than this day was for me. God bless until next time.